Have you ever noticed that when you stand up from a chair or get out of bed, your knees make a crunching sound? There's a stiffness that takes a while to loosen up, or you feel like your body just doesn't start moving the way it used to? Many people are told this is completely normal, that it's just part of getting older. But in my clinical practice, I see every single day that this has nothing to do with age alone. This is your body sending you a signal that something in your metabolism, your muscles, or your joints isn't working the way it should be. And here's what's important to understand. In the vast majority of cases, this can actually be reversed. The problem is that if you ignore these early warning signs, what starts as a minor inconvenience today can turn into weakness, chronic pain, fear of movement, and eventually loss of independence because you stop trusting your own body to support you. The good news is that your body has an incredible capacity for repair when it receives what it needs. I am Dr. Michael Kent, a leading expert in joint health and nutrition, has spent years studying how specific nutrients can trigger the body's natural repair mechanisms. The solution isn't always about filling up your medicine cabinet with pills and prescriptions. It's about understanding which nutrients and habits activate your body's natural regeneration mechanisms. In this video, I'm going to explain the 6 fruits that, when chosen correctly and used properly, can help build collagen, reduce inflammation, and improve the strength and mobility of your legs and knees at any age. But I'm not just going to tell you which fruits they are. I'm going to explain exactly how and when to consume them. And most importantly, I'm going to share a very common mistake that I don't want you to make anymore with these fruits, because it can completely cancel out all their benefits. Let's start with the list, counting down from number 6 all the way to number 1, which is the most powerful of them all. At number 6, we have the kiwi. This is a fruit that many people consider exotic, a little bit tart, and it often gets overlooked at the grocery store. But what most people don't realize is its enormous biological value for joint health. I'm talking specifically about its exceptionally high vitamin C content. Think about it this way. If collagen is the structural framework that keeps your joints and skin firm and resilient, then vitamin C is what allows that collagen to form and stay strong in the first place. It prevents degradation. Without adequate vitamin C, your body simply cannot repair cartilage effectively. Over time, especially if your metabolism isn't functioning optimally, your body struggles more and more to produce and maintain collagen, and that's when specific symptoms start appearing. Stiffness when you wake up in the morning, a sensation of bone rubbing against bone, inflammation after walking just a little bit more than usual. The kiwi is a simple and accessible way to tell your body, here's what you need to recover. I see this every day in my practice. People tell me they hesitate to put weight on their legs when they first get up. They take a long time to get moving in the morning. They walk carefully because they're afraid of pain or stiffness. When they start incorporating foods like this regularly and pair them with good lifestyle habits, many of them notice their joints feel looser and that moving freely becomes part of their life again. Here's an important practical tip. Wash the kiwi thoroughly, and if you can, eat it with the skin on. That's where antioxidants are concentrated, and these help protect your joints from daily wear and tear. You can eat it by itself, slice it, and add it to plain yogurt or blend it into a smoothie. Pay attention now, because the next fruit doesn't work by building structures. It works by putting out the fire that's quietly destroying your joints every single day without you even noticing. At number 5, we have pineapple. From today forward, I want you to look at pineapple differently, because the most valuable part of the pineapple is exactly the part that most people throw away, the core. That tough, fibrous center section. That's where an enzyme called bromelain is concentrated, and it has very well-studied anti-inflammatory effects. And this is absolutely critical to understand. Many persistent aches and pains aren't just due to joint wear and tear. They're due to a state of low-grade inflammation that persists over time. This inflammation is what generates heat, swelling, and pain after walking or standing for a while. When your metabolism isn't functioning efficiently, that internal fire stays lit and it ends up damaging your knees, hips, and hands. Bromelain helps modulate that inflammation, making it easier for your body to deactivate this process that, if left unchecked, prevents tissue recovery. This is essential because if you reduce inflammation, your body can repair itself better and faster. Now pay close attention to this because it matters. The pineapple has to be fresh and it shouldn't be overripe with lots of brown spots. Also, avoid industrial versions as much as possible, whether canned in syrup or processed juices. Not only do they lose these beneficial enzymes, they also deliver massive amounts of sugar. My advice is simple. When you cut a pineapple, don't throw away the core. Save a small piece and blend it together with the flesh, especially in the morning. A small portion about the size of your palm is enough, particularly for people with diabetes or insulin resistance, where the goal is to get the bromelain without causing blood sugar spikes. But pay attention now because we're moving to a very powerful fruit that doesn't just act on the joint itself. It works throughout your entire body to repair it from the inside out. At number 4, we have papaya. Many people know papaya for its digestive benefits, but very few understand it for what it really is. A key ally in muscle and joint repair. Here's the thing, it's not enough to just eat protein. Your body needs to be able to digest and absorb it properly. Papaya contains an enzyme called papain that helps with exactly that process, making it easier for your digestive system to break down proteins into amino acids, which are the building blocks your body uses to construct muscle, tendons, and collagen. Over time, digestion can become less efficient. Your body produces less stomach acid. Nutrients aren't absorbed as well. That's why many people feel weakness in their legs or loss of strength even when they're eating well. It's not always a lack of food. Many times it's an absorption problem. Additionally, papaya provides a good amount of vitamin C, which is fundamental for that collagen to form correctly. Here's a practical tip. Choose papayas with bright orange flesh. That indicates higher enzyme activity. Eat it with the seeds and add a few drops of lemon juice to enhance its effects even more. Ideally, consume a portion about the size of your palm after walking or exercising so that recovery processes can begin. Now you need to understand this. It's not enough to just build. You also need to prevent your body from breaking down its own structures, and that's exactly what the next fruit helps with. At number 3, we have guava. This is one of the highest sources of vitamin C that exists. To give you an idea, it has about 4 times more vitamin C than an orange. That vitamin is essential for manufacturing collagen, but also for protecting the collagen you already have. And those two things are not the same. Over time, your body doesn't just produce less collagen, it also breaks it down faster through a process called oxidative stress. It's like internal rusting that affects both your skin and your joints, leading to less elasticity, more stiffness, and more pain. Guava works on both fronts. It promotes collagen production and at the same time helps slow down its deterioration. How should you consume it? Raw and whole. Wash it well and eat it with the skin because that's where a large portion of the fiber and antioxidants are concentrated. And of course, avoid industrial juices and nectars because they come loaded with sugar and preservatives that extend the product's shelf life but shorten yours. All right, now we're reaching the most critical part of the video. The next 2 fruits can mark a before and after, especially when moving without fear of pain is no longer as easy as it used to be. At number 2, we have berries, especially the dark-colored ones like blackberries and blueberries. That intense color in these fruits is due to substances called anthocyanins. You don't need to memorize the name. What's important is what they do. They help lower inflammation and protect your joints so they don't wear down as quickly and continue functioning optimally as time passes. This is especially useful for people living with inflamed knees or joints, with swelling, stiffness, and pain when getting up or after walking. How should you consume them? Fresh when possible or frozen as long as they don't have added sugar. A handful per day, eaten alone, mixed with plain yogurt or in a smoothie, is enough to get their benefits without spiking your blood sugar. I promise you, if you use them consistently, they'll make an enormous difference in your life. And at number 1, we have Indian gooseberry, also known as Amla. This is a traditional fruit about the size of a large walnut or small plum. It's been used for centuries in Indian medicine, and today you can find it in fruit markets or natural health stores. Look for it in your country. I'm confident you'll find it. Its scientific name is Phyllanthus emblica. Write that down in case you ever see it on a supplement label. Amla is a fruit with powerful regulatory and chondroprotective properties. What does that mean in plain language? It means its active compounds protect the cartilage in your joints and help your body work under better conditions at any age. It provides polyphenols, antioxidants, and other nutrients that work together to reduce accumulated inflammation and the wear and tear that builds up over the years. Simply put, it prepares the ground so that both your muscles and joints can repair themselves better. That's why it's used so much as a natural remedy for people with osteoarthritis, arthritis, those suffering from stiffness, pain that won't go away, or that sensation of tired joints all the time. A big advantage is that you don't need to eat the fresh fruit every day. It also comes in powder or capsule form, which makes it more practical in some cases. What's the medicinal dose? If it's fresh fruit, 1 piece is more than enough. If it's powder, half to 1 teaspoon per day dissolved in water, yogurt, or a smoothie. If it's a supplement, follow the dosage on the package, no more than that. And something important, people with diabetes can use it, but it's always good to check that it doesn't interfere with any medications you're taking. Now, before we finish, I need to tell you about the most common mistake people make with these fruits, and it's something that can completely undo all their benefits. The mistake is consuming them in the wrong form. When you buy fruit juices, smoothies from the store, or canned fruits and syrup, you're not getting the beneficial enzymes, antioxidants, or fiber. What you are getting is concentrated sugar, preservatives, and additives that promote inflammation instead of reducing it. Even seemingly healthy products labeled as natural juice can contain more sugar than a can of soda. That sugar spike triggers inflammation, damages your joints, and works directly against everything these fruits are supposed to do for you. So here's the rule: always choose fresh or frozen whole fruits. Avoid anything that comes in a bottle, can, or carton with added sugars. If you're making your own juice or smoothie at home, include the pulp and fiber and keep portions reasonable to avoid blood sugar spikes. Your body has an amazing ability to heal and rebuild itself when you give it the right tools. These 6 fruits are not magic pills, but they are powerful allies that work with your body's natural processes. Start with 1 or 2 that are easiest for you to find and incorporate them consistently. Pay attention to how your body responds. Notice if you feel less stiffness in the morning, if your knees feel more stable, if you can move with more confidence. These changes might be gradual, but they're real and they're sustainable. Remember, the goal isn't just to manage symptoms. The goal is to address the root causes so you can move freely, live actively, and maintain your independence for years to come. If you found this information valuable, let me know in the comments which of these fruits you're going to start with.